Carbohydrates are toxic, they are going to cause disease and cause you to die prematurely, whereas if you consume meat, meat is full of really healthy nutrients, it is going to prolong your life, and it is going to heal every single disease. Hey everyone, thanks for tuning in and welcome back to another Sunday Q&A. Steven here with Team Euphoric, and today's question is with regard to the best diet. Specifically, what exactly is the best diet? And this is an easy question to answer. There is no such thing as the best diet. The reason I'm making this video is because all of the diet dogma that's been going around needs to stop. It doesn't matter who you speak to. If somebody's following a vegan diet, the vegan diet is the best diet. If you're talking to a vegetarian, the vegetarian diet's the best diet. Somebody who's on paleo, well, you need to do the paleo diet because that's going to cure everything. If you follow somebody who's on keto, then carbs are the enemy. And now if you follow somebody who's on carnivore, meat will cure all and carbs will cause all diseases. And the truth is, there's no such thing as the best diet. The best diet is going to be the diet that works best for you, and it's going to be dependent on every single individual. One of the reasons why I'm making this video is because recently there has been a lot of back and forth between the vegan community and the carnivore community. The vegans try to vilify the carnivores try to vilify the vegans, and it's equally annoying and stupid. And another thing is that they are guilty of employing the exact same tactics that they criticize the other groups of employing. So rather than vilifying a macronutrient or vilifying an entire group of people for not adhering to your beliefs of what exactly proper nutrition is, as long as it's working for them, just leave them alone and let them do what they want to do. Now, one of the reasons why I'm making this video is because this week, a couple of really annoying memes popped up. And just a quick side note, if you're the type of person who is in a nutrition group and you post memes as your argument, you are an idiot and I'm not going to take you seriously. Formulate an opinion, articulate an argument, and explain why exactly you believe the things that you believe, because if all you're good for is posting memes, then you shouldn't be taken seriously. But anyway, with regard to this first meme, this comes from the Carnivore Diet for Beginners, and the person who posted this says, makes sense. First of all, it doesn't make sense because you didn't even spell sense properly. Second, the actual picture itself, there's carnivorous animals on the left and then vegetarian animals on the right. Several things wrong with this meme right over here. First of all the animals that are on the right, none of them are vegetarian. The hippo, the elephant, and also the pig, they all consume insects when they are consuming their vegetation. And some of them also consume animals as well, so they're technically not vegetarian. So right off the bat, your meme is really stupid. Second, the thing that all the carnivores have in common is that they actively hunt for their food. If you are active, you are going to be leaner and healthier than somebody who's not active. If you take a vegetarian who eats at maintenance or in a deficit, and they are very active and employ healthy lifestyle habits, then they are going to be healthier than a carnivore who sits on their butt all day on the couch watching TV, eats in a surplus, and smokes, drinks, and does a ton of other things that are unhealthy. It's not as simple as eat this diet and you're going to be perfectly healthy. No, there's more to health than just the food that you eat. You have to employ other healthy lifestyle habits. So that's a couple things wrong with this. Second, this is the exact same thing that the carnivore community will criticize the vegan community for. It's the same thing as when a vegan posts a picture of a gorilla and says, oh, you don't think you could get strong on a vegan diet? Well, take a look at this gorilla. It's the same BS nonsensical argument. Stop posting these stupid memes and actually articulate a valid argument rather than relying on these dumb memes. Now, with regard to the carnivore community, I'm not going to let off the vegan community because I saw this equally stupid billboard. Somebody had posted this. It's a billboard. I don't know what highway it was on, but it says, meat interrupts your sex life. Meat and dairy clog your arteries and can lead to erectile dysfunction. And it's from PETA and it says, go vegan. Yes, PETA, the great organization that released a video a few years ago that said babies who eat chickens end up growing up to have smaller dicks. Let's all listen to PETA. So I ended up posting this particular picture on my Facebook page, and sure enough, some vegan ended up commenting and they were saying how it's true, it's backed by science. If you end up eating a vegan diet, or if you end up eating meat, it's going to clog your arteries, you're not going to be able to get it up, and blah, 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 blah. Just, blah, 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 just a bunch of verbal diarrhea. And one of the things that a lot of people who post these stupid studies fail to realize is that correlation does not equal causation. You want to know what a lot of meat eaters have in common? Generally speaking, meat eaters tend to drink more, smoke more, and they have more unhealthy food choices like eating processed foods. And they tend to do less things that are healthy for them. They tend to not exercise as much, do things like stretching, and also they don't tend to do things like meditation. If you were to take a meat eater who exercises, they eat well, they end up doing things like stretching, meditation, they manage their stress levels, they get to bed on time and get good amount of sleep, then all of those risk factors completely disappear. So when it comes comes to these different carnivore versus vegan versus blah, 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 if you are employing other healthy lifestyle habits, then that's going to be more important than the diet itself. Yes, the diet is important, but that's just one part of a very, very large puzzle. You can't just eat meat and automatically be healthy. You can't just eat vegetables and be automatically healthy. You have to do other things that are healthy for your lifestyle. Now, with regard to the best diet, since everybody keeps asking what exactly is the best diet, there's no such thing as the best diet. We each have our own biochemical individuality, and that means that our bodies are going to be different. There are going to be slight variations from person to person. One of the things that's going to differ is going to be the enzymatic function and enzymatic profile of each individual. Generally, when it comes to our enzymes, we have amylases, proteases, and lipases. We have a lot more than that, but those are the three I'm going to focus on. Amylases are digestive enzymes that help us to digest carbohydrates. Lipases are digestive enzymes that help us to break down fats. And then proteases help us to digest protein. So if you are somebody who has an adequate amount of proteases and lipases, but your body doesn't really produce a sufficient amount of amylases, then for that type of individual, consuming a high carbohydrate diet would not be an ideal diet for that type of person. And vice versa. Let's say you are somebody who produces a sufficient amount of amylases, but you don't really produce enough of either proteases or lipases. Well, for that person, following something like a carnivore or a keto or a high protein, high fat diet would not be beneficial for that person because they don't have the tools necessary to break down all of the nutrients found in those foods. So the best diet is going to be dependent on a person-to-person basis. What you want to do is find what works for you. If you consume something and it makes you feel good, it gives you good energy, and you don't have any adverse effects from that food, then it is good. And that is pretty much what people should be preaching. It should be do what works for you. Find out what makes you feel your best. It shouldn't be don't eat this because this is going to kill you. So if you are in one of these groups, let's say you're in the carnivore group and you hear that carbohydrates are toxic, they are going to cause disease and cause you to die prematurely, whereas if you consume meat, meat is full of really healthy nutrients. It is going to prolong your life and it is going to heal every single disease. Well, that person doesn't know what the hell they're talking about. And vice versa. If you speak to a vegan and they see, oh, meat is going to cause cancer, and if you eat vegetables, you can heal all diseases, that person is just as stupid and ignorant as the carnivore who made the opposite claim. So when it comes to nutrition, the ultimate goal when it comes to the diet is to optimize our health. And in order to optimize our health, we need to determine what exactly are healthy foods and what exactly is a healthy diet. Well, we already established there's no best diet, but are there healthy foods and are there healthy diets? No and yes. When it comes to foods, what is a healthy food? Well, a healthy food is a food that gives you really good energy, gives you good mental clarity, and it makes you feel your best, and it gives you absolutely no adverse reactions whatsoever. Whereas a bad food is something that would kind of drain you of your energy, really make you feel sluggish, and also it gives you some adverse effects. For myself, the reason that I personally follow the carnivore diet is because of my ulcerative colitis diagnosis. Personally, I love things like broccoli, tomatoes, and those types of foods, but when I consume things like tomatoes and broccoli, they do not love me back. They hate me. If I consume something like romaine lettuce, within 5 minutes, I will go to the washroom and I will see it completely undigested in the toilet. And I'm not exaggerating. Same thing with broccoli and tomatoes. If I consume broccoli or tomatoes, I get really, really bloated. I get a little bit nauseous. So for me, vegetables and grains, that's why I stay away from them. But for plenty of people, they can tolerate them perfectly fine and it's not going to cause any adverse reactions. And when it comes to the healthy diet, the same thing. What exactly is a healthy diet? Well, a healthy diet is a diet that makes you feel really good, gives you good energy, good mental clarity, and is completely void of any adverse reactions whatsoever. That is the important thing to note. So whenever somebody says you have to do this diet is the best, no, it's not. You need to figure out what exactly works for you. Experiment with different diets. See what gives you your best energy, what gives you your best levels of mental clarity. If you consume particular foods or are on a particular diet and you feel great, you feel energetic, you don't have any things like achy joints, you don't have any issues with digestion, then keep doing what you're doing because that diet is working for you. It doesn't matter if you are doing a vegan diet, vegetarian, paleo, keto, if you're doing carnivore, if you're eating Oreos every single day, if you feel amazing on it and you don't have any adverse reactions and you're able to maintain a healthy weight and do all the things that you want, then that diet is right for you. Keep doing what you're doing. But that's pretty much it for today's video. If you enjoyed the video, be sure to smash that like button so I know to make more of these types of videos in the future. And if you're either new to the channel or haven't subscribed yet, be sure to subscribe to the channel and hit the notification bell as I will be uploading new videos every single day. That's it for today's video. Thanks for tuning in and I will see you again tomorrow.